Welcome back, everybody. Today we have a beautiful Xyrella game showing off one of chat's favorite compositions, the APM Pirates. One of those games where we were capable of taking advantage of the newly buffed Tony, who now requires only 4 Avenge procs to make a unit golden, and gets online with Hoggar that much easier. You don't have to go full on milk mode, put down like double accolade or whatever to reliably get a proc. Now it's a lot easier to get that proc. You find one Hoggar, suddenly you're going to close to infinite, and we all know where it goes from there. Snowball, snowball, snowball. Spot how many errors there are in any APM Pirate game. It's a ton of fun to play, always room to optimize. All right, enjoy. So we either break a pair or we break a pair. We always have to break a pair. So I would rather break the anomaly pair than anything, right? We take our 4. We get sad. We're just going to take a gold grubber because, you know, it's an 8/8. That's something. And we look for another triple. Okay. It is what it is. Break a pair. We had to break a pair. Is mech still playable? Sure. Mechs are very strong in this meta. Maybe stupid question, but does your first minion die due to hero power? Are you saying on the new hero? The lowest health minion on the board will die at the beginning of combat, give that health to all other units, and then at the beginning of the next buy phase, be back on your board. It is not inherently clear with the description that they give, but that's the way it works. Five drop over 4 in this lobby? No, definitely not. There are very few times where 5 stars correct. I really like that Peggy. It's a good Peggy. We have a gold grubber that's fairly permanent. It's an increased scaling line. All we have to break is this set right here. What do you feed your dogs? Food. Most of the time. Love and affection all the time. Mama brand Hoggar? No. Still not worth it, dude. Like, the way games are paced right now, 4-star Avenge units are worth shooting for nearly every game. That's what really ends up winning lobbies. Just because there are good things. There's good things on 6 too. But the opportunity cost loss of going and taking 6 stars is definitely not worth taking, right? 5 stars fall in the same category. Multiple pairs on the board. You have the ability to essentially take like a 2.5 average finish if you hit Witch Wing or Light Spawn there. So about a 30% chance that you just like take a top 2 finish. It's pretty hard not to take those lines when they're offered to you. I mean, you minimize damage pretty well there. We're definitely staying on 4 for a turn. Grubber's happening. Do we ever module? Probably. I think we sit still one more turn. So we get a hold of a module in a position where you don't have a mech on the board with no real direction from our units. We either are A, tripling into a 6-star from this position, or we're spending another turn on 4 next turn, and the likelihood that we just find anything that's a good minion to put a module on is really, 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 really high. You need a Tony? I mean, it's just a different line, dude. Like, we can't just magically make... We could use a Hoggar right now, too. We could use an Omega Buster. That'd be pretty good. Like, we're not anywhere near that position, and it's not worth, like, chasing down that specifically. Love the change with Tony. Yeah, it's a lot better of a card. We're just gonna bank gold and figure it out next turn. A 4-star mech's good for module. Egg is a really good one. If we triple, 5s and 6s both have very good things to module. Like, you're basically sitting here saying this might be useful in upcoming turns, and we're just kind of casually sitting on 1,000,000 stats right now. So what are you doing with your gold? If you roll and do nothing, that's not good. Like, I'd take a good Divine Shield mech on that next board and use our gold, right? But instead, we're going to get a triple, which means we're taking a 6 here. You get a Mega Buster, you're taunting it, right? You get a Malgadon, you're likely taunting it. You get Foe Reaper? Feels more like Hoggar shot to me. Then again, it could be next turn. Milk the 8/8 stats per gold grubber. We'll only waste 1 gold, right? Foe Reaper with module, with no scaling line for it. Hamul with the shot at playing for Hoggar or gold grubber. Nosy consideration? No. Significantly worse than the other 2 lines. I think I sit still for the turn. I think I milk the fact that we have all these gold minions on the board with double gold grubber for 1 turn. It's not like we're going to do anything with the Hoggar anyway, or whatever we would get. You even could consider just going to 6. He's level next turn, you play the Hamul, we have the gold in hand, you hit Eliza. Thing is with module, not really your current line. Yeah, but our current line is 1 card. We literally have 1 permanent card. What do you think your strat is this game? Leave bad minions on the board and gold grubber? Like, there's no line here. We don't have a line. All we have is mid-game tempo units. That's not direction. It was very low cost to pick up a card like this, and it gives us the ability to pivot toward something that might be useful later on. Alright. I don't love taking 1,000,000 here, but it's fine. It's cool, dude. At least Mama Bear can die. No, naturally. Just hit the 1-star instead of 2 5-stars. It's cool. Talking about mech roll and shop? Yeah, with the Hamul though. I know my direction. Boo. Boo, Bob. Boo. I see there's good things there, don't get me wrong. I'm okay with these things existing, but that's not another fucking Hoggar. Now it's Hoggar. Thank you. It's actually a really good board too. Got to figure out what we're going to do with it, but alright, here's the challenge. We need things to be dead. That's a real problem to have there, Bofur. Gotta make sure some of our stuff dies. Really hope our things die. We should really be restarting too if we were tryharding. Hippo clap. We did it. Now, I mean, we lose the round, but we win the war. I don't think our stuff's gonna die? Oh, little that you know. You don't think a double, triple Jandis is a scary thing on turn 9? Boop. We aren't infinite. We need to be careful about this. Should use my hero power on the Tavern Tempest. What am I thinking? I'm thinking I don't have a hero power, realistically. Pretty good boards. Come on. It's our first salty looter, by the way. We got time here. We're almost out of the turn. Form of art? The APM is there. It may be rusty. I may have not done a lot of APM Pirates this patch. But one day we'll go back to it. Our APM roots will return. It's worth pick up Selfless, not when you're not infinite. You only need a couple of them over the course of the game. There are a couple cards there that are net positive value, right? There are a lot of things that we can do as net positive. These should be off my board. But once you are infinite, I actually want to drop this, don't I? Now we can start caring. I want a way to play into Hoggar. Or Hoggar. I want a way to play into Amalgadon, which means Salty Looter doesn't stay on the board. But Peggy can be sold once I get to a point where I want to play for the Amalgadon or the Selfless or whatever it might be. Once again, I should use my hero power on Baron or Selfless. Just not really thinking about those things as we're going through this. Man, I'm gonna have to do it. I'm just gonna have to assume this isn't good enough to keep. Which I guess is a bold assumption considering what we just hit. Holy shit. Now we opened our board spot. Would have been nice to have it there, wouldn't it? Savjz. Yeah, yeah. Let's just open some board space. Get you back in the back. Hey, look, 10 extra gold. We'll look for Baron, Golden Selfless at the end of this. We'll be fine. It should be a 1 lobby. As long as we get a hold of Baron and Selfless. I didn't realize my hand was full. I tried to buy a minion twice on a full hand. Shit happens. Got an ice block here. Lag is very brutal. Poison scam's a problem. We can fight it as early as this turn. We don't, thankfully. Should have sold you after the first buy. Should have sold it immediately, honestly. Gold isn't an issue. Any animation that I can do quicker is more important than preserving gold at this point. Come on. Animations, let's go. Let's go for Platinum Baron. This animation's too long. Come on. Let's just keep going. No? I fucked up. Like, I can't play all of these units. So it's just, this isn't gonna make the cut, huh? The Reborn Rattler. I'd love to have it. But we're not going to view this as the last turn. This guy is not a threat. I just checked real quick to see what his board was. Just in case. But he's not a threat to us. Anybody that's showing beasts isn't a problem. Reborn My Exna is okay. If you buy it, the problem is you have to sell Peggy and you have to occupy a board spot. So, like, is it good in the long term? Yes. Is it better than 200 stats? Probably. It's just we didn't have the gold at that point to be able to play it. So it's probably a misplay to even take the Hamul there. You just cycle and break something else. And then you freeze after you take the Hamul and end the turn to have the Reborn My Exna. Like, it's the only way that you take it. Good. The longer we can dodge playing the Jandis, the better for us. Because we have to dump our utility pieces onto the board. But I could have thought about keeping that one back behind. Just in case. We can just find another My Exna at some point while going infinite like this. And go that direction. Gotta get the cadence down. Every time the green light turns on, that's when cards are interactable. Just FYI. If I click too early like that, then it doesn't do anything. I mean, if I was being smart, I would have hero powered the Hamul, but let's be realistic. The gold doesn't matter. I don't know what he is. It's a little bit scary. Alright. We'll just cycle through the brand slot this time. Yeah, this is why. A little bit scary, he says. He could have gotten us. Absolutely 100% could have scammed us. Glad I played the Selfless hero. Like, holy shit. We almost lost that one. If we didn't play Selfless hero, my ex there, we just lost the round. We wouldn't die, but we'd lose the round. Alright, Murloc time. I don't actually want that. Just considering what are the lines here. We might make another Reborn Poisonous Myexna. By selling something before we play the Baron. We just need another Reborn this turn. You could also play for the Myexna line. Or the... whatever the fuck it's called. The... Parrot line. Macaw. Other M word. I'm being a little more diligent with what I'm looking at on boards. Maybe it's the Macaw line. Probably the Macaw line. We'll see what he looks like. Alright, he only has 5 poisons, so we win. But do we kill him? Probably not. I don't like having to do this. I would rather have another Reborn Myexna than play the Macaw. But we board lock ourselves here, and we really do have to go for it. Like, it's kind of the end of the game. Try to find Argus for Selfless, but if it gets sniped, it's a problem. Like, I have had an Argus that I chose not to put on it. Like, I don't want to give him an opening to beat us. Like, he doesn't have enough units to beat us right now. I mean, I can buy a couple things. But outside of, like... Macaw and a Reborn, then I don't have a line that I cycle aboard. Yeah, he conceded? Okay, he conceded. Like, the way that we would improve from here, now that we can talk about it because it doesn't matter, is that since we build all of this, we need to not fill our hand, and we need to pick up a Macaw and then go roll repeatedly through this slot. And then find ourselves a Reborn. That way we can drop something else from the board, like a Hoggar, like this one. Reborn the Myexna, then drop the Macaw back on that slot. It's slightly better against his board. What's in the box? Good luck, Gascoiler. Easy clap. Did it require restarting? No. Most of the time, the only real benefit you get out of, like, resetting the game to play with APM Pirates is that if you're close and you need to get a bunch of stats early, and like you're playing a high roller, then it can affect the game. But generally speaking, it doesn't do that much. You get to the place that you're either like 400 Pirates or 200, it beats the same things. Infinite APM Pirates is pretty rare. Yeah, it is pretty rare in this meta. Now, don't get me wrong. I'll reset, like, if I was really, truly tryharding, but for stream content, I much prefer to play the game at the pace of what the game is normally doing. That allows me time to talk to chat, not just breakneck, shut the fuck up and buy every pirate. It's a pretty game.